All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Motivated Entrepreneurs. It is Saturday morning. It is episode 578, and today we have a book review. The book review is, honestly, I keep saying this, but it's one of the best books I've read. I couldn't put it down. Do you know what I've realized is, when I say best books, like Michael O'Leary's book, for example, one of the best books I've read. Yes, one of the best books I've read from, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's book, one of the best books I've read from an individual, from looking at an individual's life, a biography or an autobiography. So this, when I talk about business book, one of the best I've read, I meant a business book. And this is something that just got me tingling all over. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. I don't care. I don't mean I don't care. I don't genuinely care. I mean that. I just mean that this is an important book for everybody to read, and not that I don't respect or care about your religion. Of course I do. But what I mean is that from my heart, from my soul, I truly believe that I'm on the spiritual path now, and I love it. I really, really enjoy it. It's almost like a calling. It's something that I feel called towards, and I don't know how or where I'm going to show up in this space, but I feel in the future I will be doing something in this space, just like NFTs as well. I've got a little stiffy on at the minute about NFTs. So I don't know why I'm called. I feel as though we're all called on our path to do certain things. And at the minute, spiritually, whether it's taking ayahuasca in a jungle somewhere, which I really want to do. If anybody wants to come with me, by the way, I'm scared as shit. So please get in touch. Or an NFT podcast, etc. I don't know, but I just feel called to do something and to continue down this path. I'm reading another great book at the minute. I ain't got my phone with me now, so I can't remember what it's called, but it's from Wayne Dyer's daughter. Wonderful book. Actually, I can tell you what it is here. It's called The Knowing. I've got my notes up on that one. I love reading books about spirituality and learning more about that side. And I feel as though we're all connected in some way, shape, or form, and we just don't realize it yet. And as soon as humanity realizes that we're all one, we're all part of the same consciousness, and I'm sure we're going to get on better and see past the stupid little problems that we have. Anyway, children's past lives. This book is about children and their past lives, believe it or not. I fancy that. And this author basically had two kids and could tell that they had some trauma. For example, Zach, you don't like being left alone. You have separation anxiety. And last night you were saying to me, I said, look, mate, please don't shout down tonight because it disrupts your sleep, etc. You know we're going to be here. We're not going to leave you. And he goes, I'm just scared of you leaving me, Dad. And he's really scared of separation, the separation anxiety. And I don't know where it comes from. And some trauma, some reactions, some things in people's lives are because of what you've experienced in a past life. Now, I went to see an alternative therapist about my back, and I got told from him out of the blue, first time I met him, he goes, there's nothing wrong with your back right now. It's your soul and your spirit. They still believe that it's from your past life. In your past life, I'm getting goose pimples again when I'm talking about it. You was a German in the war. That's what he said. And you got shot in the back. I mean, does that mean I was running away from something? Probably. And so where you were shot, that's where your pain is right now. And I promise you, some of the things he's told me about me and my family, he couldn't possibly have known. He told me that again, I'm getting goosebumps all over my face as well. I'm getting like, whoosh. He started telling me about, this is the first time that I'd ever heard anything like this. And I was so intrigued, but I was so scared as well. And he told me my granddad was there because he's my guardian angel. And he says it was like almost telling him stuff, and loads of people respect you. If it isn't for you, fine, absolutely understand that. But it's only because I genuinely believe that you haven't been made aware of it yet, and it's happening. These idiosyncrasies are happening all the time. Anyway, and so I respect if it isn't for you. Of course, it's not for everybody, and I get nervous talking about it because I don't want people to think that he's lost his marbles and he's going woo, 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 woo down this. You know, he's going to wear a dress next and he's going to have war paint on or whatever. But it genuinely is something that I'm fascinated by. And this guy, and I'm sure that the very, very least, you will be questioning where he got this information from if you'd heard it. Something he said as well, he said that me and my dad would go into business together in some sort of storage. He said, I don't know what sort of storage, but it's going to take a lot of cash, a lot of capital, but it'll be extremely successful. And so you should start saving money everywhere you can now, because you and your dad will have this extremely successful business. However, it will cost a lot of money. And he was, I mean, this has been before I even heard of storage. This was when I was, God, I must have been, I don't know, 20, 19, somewhere around there. Never even thought of storage, never even heard of storage, never even, I just thought, wow. And it's only, and I didn't start looking at storage because of that. It was only after I opened the storage and all of a sudden I said, hang about a minute. He actually told me, did Mr. Sanguine, that I was going to have a storage. And he said, stuff from my granddad and stuff. And yeah, when he said I was shot in the back, I was like, wow. Anyway, so going back to my son, I started talking to him last night. I was like, Zach, do you remember anything before you was you, before you had other mums and dads? Because this book starts saying about how you should talk to your kids and stuff and settle them down. And, you know, and I was trying to, basically, he had no recollection. He was like, what are you on about, Dad? What are you on about? He said, what? I wasn't me. And then and all of a sudden he started talking about football again. He's like, anyway, football. Like, phew. Yes, basically, because what happens is if you can understand that it didn't happen to you in this life, it happened to you in the past life, then the anxiety, the fears you have, and the problems surrounding that issue can simply go away, like separation anxiety. In the book, the author told a story about her son, scared to death of loud bangs, just ridiculously scared to death, like goes in the corner, starts screaming, starts shouting, starts just absolutely losing the plot. And they did a regression, not because she was, at this point, she wasn't into past lives regression, etc. for children. And it was only years down the line that she decided so somebody recommended it. So she thought, well, it can't hurt, can it? And it was because in the regression, again, getting goosebumps, he went back. I mean, for those non-believers, how can you do past life regression and what is that all about? How can people see stuff and then it actually be factually true? Anyway, I'm not here to convince. And it was because he was called up to war in America, and he basically got shot. And it was in a war. I can't remember what war it was, but she just said a war. Is it civil? I don't know. Maybe the Civil War. Can't remember. And that is where it happened. And then so what they had to do is say, look, that was your old body. That was your that was your past life. It's not this life. You're not in any danger now. And it completely changed him. His daughter. And anyway, her daughter as well had something similar. And what she then realized is that there's an opening between the ages of 2 and 5 when you can actually communicate 2 and 5, because you're closer to your past life than you previously was. When you're like 30, it's harder to get back in the regression, etc. But it's obviously still very much possible, but it's easier for children. And nobody had done any research on that. But if you now look, there's doctors and scientists and all sorts of researchers documenting so many past lives, to the point now where there's a story in this book that a village, somebody lost an elder or something, or so they lost somebody anyway. And in a few villages down, the same country, this person was born. As soon as they could start talking, they started saying about, I remember this, I remember that, I remember this, I remember the town. And so they took this child to that town, and the child knew everything about this certain family. And again, goosepimples. How could that possibly be? And there's not just one case. There's many, 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 many cases. There's a great movie that sums this up that you should watch if you haven't watched, and it's called Soul. Pixar and Disney's movie. It is wonderful, and that, my friends, is pretty much what I believe. And it's a wonderful movie. Anyway, here's my notes from the book. We have many past lives and we play a different role in each. It's kind of like an actor plays different parts in different movies. And I've never had so many goosebumps listening to a book. And so I think that's interesting. We have many past lives and we play a different role in each, kind of like an actor plays a different roles in different movies. So this is like an avatar. It's our body, but it's not us. We are not our body. We are more than our body. And right now, we just got a costume on. It's a part we're playing in a bigger role. We're here to educate. We're here to learn. We're here to help others as well. We're here to enhance the soul. Guys, check this book out. It's a beautifully written book. There's so many stories. There's so many demonstrations. There's so many examples. It really is a fascinating book and one that I recommend everybody reads. All right, my friends, thank you for listening to me. If you've got this far, then I appreciate you, because obviously it's not everybody's cup of tea. And talking to my wife about things like this, she absolutely fundamentally hates it. She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't believe in anything. And I respect that. So if you listen to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Speak to you soon. Bye.